Assalamu alaikum. This is Mas Khan from Mashriq.tv. Today our story is about US stance on Myanmar elections. With 4 days until Myanmar's general elections, many international observers and opposition parties doubt that the polls will be conducted fairly and in peace. The United States and much of the international community believe that the 2015 elections were successful because of the peaceful transfer of power from the military-backed government to civilian leadership for the first time in more than 50 years. Although observers voice concerns regarding voter disenfranchisement, especially of Rohingya, the international community hoped that the National League for Democracy and its Nobel laureate leader Aung San Suu Kyi would help resolve ethnic tensions and consolidate democracy. Reports state that under her rule, systematic violence against the Rohingya only worsened. In 2012, the United States began gradually easing sanctions imposed on Myanmar 2 decades before. In 2015, President Barack Obama lifted more sanctions after calling Myanmar a good news story because of the successful transition of power from the military to the NLD, which he called a sign of Burma's substantial advances to promote democracy and greater enjoyment of human rights and fundamental freedoms. 9 months before the 2015 elections, President Hun Sen revoked 750,000 temporary identification documents, white cards, held mainly by Rohingya, even disenfranchising individuals who had been allowed to vote in 2012 and 2010 elections. The Carter Center noted that district-level sub-commissions disqualified a combined 22 candidates from predominantly Rohingya parties in the run-up to the elections. Nearly all Muslim candidates in Rakhine state were barred from participating, even those from non-Rohingya ethnic groups. The coronavirus pandemic has exacerbated concern about election fairness. Weeks after the first cases of local transmission were detected in Rakhine state, the Union Election Commission issued restrictions on campaigning on September 8. These restrictions prevent political parties from campaigning in areas with stay-at-home orders, including in Rakhine. Digital campaigning is not viable as the government has shut down the internet in several townships in Rakhine and Chin states for over a year. On October 16, the UEC excluded 56 townships from holding elections at all. Most are in Rakhine, Kachin, Mon, Shan and Karen states, which the government insists are unable to conduct free and fair elections. A UN fact-finding mission to Myanmar in September 2019 recommended sanctions against senior military officials and companies with ties to the army, but very few countries have done so. The United States has imposed some targeted sanctions against Myanmar military officers, though it also continues to fed the civilian government. On October 28, a US government delegation met with Aung San Suu Kyi and several other senior ministers to reaffirm the United States' commitment to invest in Myanmar's economic development and democratization. Since 2017, the United States has invested nearly $330 million in 6 enterprises in Myanmar. This move comes on the heels of a senior US diplomat urging Aung San Suu Kyi to secure the voluntary, safe, dignified and sustainable return of Rohingya and other refugees and internally displaced persons after a transparent and inclusive election. But the elections this month are poised to be even less transparent and inclusive election than those in 2015, and that should give the United States pause. The question is, will US ever hold the Myanmar state accountable for the genocide of Rohingya community or not? This is it for now. Thank you for watching us. If you have any queries, you can email us at info@mashriq.tv.